You know what? I'll pay someone else to do that shit. I'm just tired right now.
So you mentioned to me earlier that you do have another thing that you guys do where you have like an animated graphic novel, is that right?
Yes. So technically speaking, all three of us are, I guess you could say, models as well as voice actors.
I can tell by the jawlines.
So no, I've got a project that I've been doing on the side. It's actually been getting some pretty good response to it for the last 3 years. It was birthed out of quarantine, not having anything to do.
Yeah.
So I made an animated graphic novel, which is based on an existing video game by the name of Resident Evil.
Sure.
No, know if you've heard of it. But I'm a huge fan of like the earlier entries in that game. I love the PlayStation 1 titles. I grew up with those.
Yeah, sure.
And what I wanted to do was take that, and since it's always been focused on monsters and zombies and shit, take it back before that happens in the same environment, the city it takes place in. It's called Raccoon City.
Yeah, yeah.
No raccoons, by the way.
No raccoons, by the way.
Raccoons.
False advertising. And so the way that I do it is it's taking inspiration from this other game called Max Payne,
right?
Which is a film noir story about a detective.
Yeah.
It's about a hard-boiled detective, that classic noir story that I fell in love with as a kid. It exposed me to film noir. So I decided, you know what? There are cutscenes in that video game, since the technology was so still underdeveloped, they couldn't render cutscenes. So instead, they just did, you know what? It's a detective story, noir story. Let's just make comic book panels instead.
Yeah, okay.
So they would take people on the team, became the actors.
Yeah.
Their parents became actors.
Yeah.
The guy who refills a soda machine was, hey, we'll just have you model as a mobster.
Yeah. Man.
And they would take pictures of him on a white wall and Photoshop the rest. And I saw that. I'm like, I can do that. And I've got nothing else to do with my time. So I did that. I made myself the main character because, DIY.
Because why wouldn't you?
And then it became like, I've got 3 episodes out. He became my partner on the project initially to just help me do the music. So I have episodes out there on YouTube. By the way, it's called Carrier, a Raccoon City Story.
Sick. Okay.
So it's like Sin City. It's like, Max Payne. It's like,
I love that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I love film noir, that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
And it's set in the snow time. It's supposed to be more of a detective story.
Heck.
He plays the main villain.
Do you have the femme fatale?
Yes. I finally just got the femme fatale in there. It's my fiance.
Okay, wicked.
And he plays a news anchor character, but he voices at least like 6 different characters. Mm-hmm. So he's really the main voiceover talent.
Okay. When you were doing the sound checks, I was very impressed by you have like a whole sub frequency to your voice, which is very
when I go like this.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's amazing.
Do the construction worker guys at like the Chicago. It was freaking crazy.
Oh, it's freaking crazy over there.
Explosions up the wazoo.
Explosions up the wazoo. What's going on? That's more of like a Brooklyn kind of thing, like a New Yorker kind of. I don't know.
It's awesome. This is definitely the medium to do.
Yeah. So that started when the band was a bit on hiatus and kept it going, and the band came back. So I'm working on both projects simultaneously. And it's cool because if people who are a fan of the comic ever came to see us, it'd be like, hey, well, you're looking at pretty much the majority of the acting force on that.
That's excellent. And you know what? Like these days,